less than 2 weeks until the Premier League starts, and Manchester United still don't have a striker. The new goalkeeper, they don't have a new goalkeeper because, well, and Onana should be replaced. They don't have a midfielder and they don't have a right wing back. Those are positions that Manchester United should strengthen this summer. I know Ahmad plays in that right wing back, but let's be real, he's not a right wing back. And for Benjamin Sesko, man, that deal, if Manchester United manage to pull that off, it is a miracle. All they'll pay in installment, because Newcastle United sent 75 million plus 5 million add-ons, and guess what? RB Leipzig rejected that, so it seems like RB Leipzig want to get a lot of money from Benjamin Sesko. And based on our financial situation at the moment, I'm against the idea of overpaying for Benjamin Sesko. I know he's a Manchester United fan. He clearly said that he's a Manchester United fan, and it is a dream for him to play for Manchester United one day. And I'd love to see Benjamin Sesko at Manchester United because, well, definitely he's an upgrade to Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee. But overpaying for him, it is where I draw the line. Paying 75 or 80 million for Benjamin Sesko after paying 73 for Rasmus Højlund, because Benjamin Sesko is not a guy who will guarantee you 20 league goals in a season. He's still in his development phase, and the reason why he bring him to Manchester United, I think the bosses view him as this guy can develop better than Rasmus Højlund. So if they're going to pay 70 million, 80 million for Benjamin Sesko, that is daylight robbery, man. That is daylight robbery. 75 million for Benjamin Sesko. I'm against that idea. If they can manage to pull like a swap deal and add some little cash for him, well, that's good. They can give them Rasmus Højlund, then in exchange we get Benjamin Sesko and we pay some cash. Because look at this, last season he played 33 matches, and in those 33 matches he started 30 games, and in those 30 games he scored 13 league goals and provided 5 assists. I'm sorry, man, that is not an 80 million player. An 80 million player should be a guy who can come in the club and guarantee you like 30 goals, especially in his strike. See, Manchester City, when they got Erling Haaland, it was around for 64 million. Look the goals he scored. I know the market for strikers this summer, especially this summer, is not good at all, because you can look at Liverpool. They got Hugo Ekitike from Frankfurt for around 80 million, but you look at Hugo Ekitike's numbers and you look at Benjamin Sesko numbers, well, Hugo Ekitike's numbers in the Bundesliga were good. So I don't see in any way Manchester United should pay 70 million for Benjamin Sesko. He's a good kid. If they can get him for around 30 million plus Rasmus Højlund, well, that's good. But going all in, that is when I look at other options in the Premier League, the likes of Mateta, the likes of Watkins. Watkins, he has good numbers. I was just looking at his numbers, man. 16 goals in the Premier League last season and 8 assists. The only bad thing with Oli Watkins, and I've seen a lot of people complaining, it is his age. He's 29 years, but he's turning 30 on December. So you can also not overpay for Oli Watkins. But if Oli Watkins is there as a cheaper option, it can come to Manchester United, score those goals 1 or 2 years. Then next summer or the summer after that, we can go in the market and look for another good striker. But going all in for Benjamin Sesko, the way we did with Rasmus Højlund, the way we did with Joshua Zirkzee, then they come to the club and they do nothing. They provide nothing. They provide no goals. Rasmus Højlund last season scored 4 league goals as a striker of Manchester United. So there's no way we can pay all this money for Benjamin Sesko, another young kid who is not proven. Well, there are other options who might be cheaper in the Premier League, and they are already Premier League proven, the likes of Mateta, the likes of Watkins, although these Premier League teams will not release them easily. But well, we can try, we can knock at the door, put the money on the table, maybe they can change their minds. And this issue of, I'm hearing that Jurgen Klopp is advising Benjamin Sesko against joining Manchester United. Well, that is advice from Jurgen Klopp, one of the best managers in the world. He managed in the Premier League. His years in the Premier League were very good, winning a Premier League, Champions League, and all those trophies that he won. But I think whether you are joining Manchester United or not, that has to be your decision. Because for you, Benjamin Sesko, you only have 2 options, Manchester United or Newcastle. Well, I know Newcastle have Champions League football. They seem to be in a better position than us in the league at the moment. But I tell you what, in 3 years' time, in 4 years' time, in 5 years' time, where do you want to see yourself? Because if I'm being honest, you'll go to Newcastle, then after you're at Newcastle, you will be there, you will be scoring the goals, you will be providing the assists, but who cares? That is Newcastle. They might be playing in the Champions League, but if you're being honest, a team like Newcastle cannot go in the Champions League and win it. Coming to Manchester United, they just have a rough patch. Maybe 2 years to come, maybe 3 years to come, maybe 5 years to come. Ruben Amorim with the right players, with the right guys in the dressing room, maybe he can change the fate of this club. He can change the direction of this club and bring Manchester United back to the top. So all this bullshit that I'm hearing, Jurgen Klopp is advising Benjamin Sesko to ignore joining Manchester United. Well, Jurgen Klopp is also a rival. He was a manager at Liverpool, one of our biggest rivals in English football. So if Benjamin Sesko takes the advice of Jurgen Klopp and snubs Manchester United, that is up to him. But if he valued his career and he wanted to play football in a club where he's a guaranteed starter, Manchester United, he should go there. Look, this is not rocket science, man. This is just simple facts. Manchester United is a bigger club than Newcastle, and if you want to cement your legacy in English football, just join Manchester United and perform for them. Don't just join them and perform for them. Cristiano Ronaldo cemented his legacy in the Premier League by joining Manchester United. Wayne Rooney, Dimitar Berbatov, all those big players, Ruben Van Persie. Van Persie spent most of his years in the Premier League at Arsenal, but he joined Manchester United. He did that carry job in that 2012-2013 league and managed to win Manchester United the Premier League. When everybody thinks of Van Persie at the moment, although he scored those crazy goals at Arsenal, but he won nothing at Arsenal. It is in Manchester United where he won the Premier League. I know Manchester United is not in a position to promise Benjamin Sesko a Premier League at the moment, but well, who knows? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, maybe Manchester United will come back to the top. But all in all, I think this squad need massive upgrade. I've been talking about Baleba. Baleba should join Manchester United. He needs to be in that midfield. I saw in that midfield, against Bournemouth in that preseason game, Ruben Amorim chose Ugarte and Kobe Mainoo. It worked perfectly in that game. But one thing that I usually don't like about Manuel Ugarte, it is his consistency. For Kobe Mainoo, consistency is never an issue for him unless he gets an injury. But for Manuel Ugarte, consistency is always the issue with him. So if we get a new midfielder in that Baleba, although I know Baleba maybe it is a dream, I see there are other cheap options like Ederson from Atalanta, but well, that midfield definitely needs an upgrade. Our goalkeeper, I cannot stress this enough. I've been talking about the goalkeepers since Onana's first season, since Onana's second season, and I think this is third season or fourth season. I've always been clear. I don't believe Andre Onana is the goalkeeper that can bring Manchester United back to the top. I'm hearing some Donnarumma rumors. Maybe if that happens, that is like a wildcard signing. I'll be real. Manchester United getting Gigi Donnarumma from PSG after he just won the Champions League, being one of the most important players for them. That will be a wildcard, and I don't know what it will take for Manchester United to convince Donnarumma to join us. Maybe it is the money. Well, we can use money to bring up Manchester United. Who cares about the money if Donnarumma comes to Manchester United and carries us to a Premier League, takes us back to Europe? Who will care about the money? But definitely, we need a new goalkeeper. We see Manchester United started to initiate talks with Dibu Martinez. It did not work. They want to get that Roland Trapian keeper, Lamens. Well, all in all, Manchester United need a new goalkeeper. Well, our next preseason game is against Everton. We might win the Premier League summer series and go back to the Premier League confident. We have beaten quite good teams in this series. West Ham, Bournemouth, who gave us problems last season. Now it is Everton. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Is Ruben Amorim taking this team in the right direction or wrong direction? What other players should Manchester United sign? And if we miss on Benjamin Sesko, which is the other alternative that Manchester United should go for? Should we sign Mateta? Should we sign Oli Watkins? Should we get, I see Callum Wilson joined West Ham. Should we get, because I know I'm sounding crazy mentioning all these names, Calvert-Lewin, but those are the strikers that may join Manchester United. And in all these strikers, the two decent ones, Sesko and Oli Watkins. So let's pray that if they miss on Benjamin Sesko, because Leipzig are asking for crazy money, and I don't see Manchester United paying that money unless they're paying it in installments. But all in all, even if you're paying in installments, but it is 80 million, that is still huge money for Benjamin Sesko, a guy who scored just 13 league goals in the Bundesliga last season. You can bring the Haaland case for Haaland came from the Bundesliga, but man, Haaland was scoring over 50 goals in a calendar year when he was playing for Borussia Dortmund. So far, Benjamin Sesko has not done anything to show that he can provide those numbers. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, what you think about this deal. Will Manchester United finalize it, or it will collapse? Will Šeško join Newcastle or Manchester United? Peace.